Hey guys, me Josh here, bringing you a quick video on a Shimakaze build that's actually gained a lot of popularity recently, and it's the AFT gunboat Shimakaze build. It's actually a lot of fun to play. A lot of people have been asking about it on my streams, and so I thought I'd make this quick video, kind of go over what the build does and how to kind of build your Shimakaze for this build. The Japanese line and the Shimakaze have been known to kind of be quote-unquote torp spammers in the past, and with the recent changes of how torps are spotted, now they're spotted from farther away, and with everyone kind of running vigilance now, it's not quite as strong, and it's actually seen the drop in number of Shimakazes. I think the Shimakaze win rates have been going down on like Warships today and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of not been the shim in the past because of these recent changes to the torpedo spec. So when things change, you must change too. So this is kind of the AFT. It's a really fun build that gets you out of your comfort zone in the Shimakaze. Most people sit at really long ranges, launch the 20-kilometer torps. Now they gave the acceleration that kind of made it a little bit more aggressive. But this is a really aggressive. This is a Japanese destroyer build where you use your guns. What? Crazy. Yes, you use your guns. You shoot all the time. Now with this build, basically, you're focused around the guns. The Shimakaze, actually the Japanese line, really tier 8 and up, has actually really good guns. The guns actually do more alpha damage than the USN destroyers, which are known for being gunboats. Your HEs, which you're going to mainly be shooting HE, I mean, you can also shoot AP for certain situations, but HE is 2100 per, and just checking out the gearing, just quickly, the gearing only shoots 1800 per. Now, of course, the gearing shoots almost 3 times as fast, but I digress. Now the Shimakaze, they're known for strength, they're known for stealth, known for torpedoes. Not so much known for the guns, because I don't think people shoot them as much as they should. These things hit really hard, really hard actually. So let me kind of dive into how the spec really is. What you kind of run is, in my opinion, now this is kind of up to interpretation, however you want to run it. If you still want to run the long-range torpedoes, but remember, those are going to be spotted from farther away, so it's going to be harder to hit. Those are the 20 kilometers base. What I run is I run the 12 kilometers. They're a bit faster, if I believe. Yeah, a bit faster than the 20 kilometers. They do more damage. And the thing about the 8-kilometer ones, I don't like that. They're very fast, which is a really good thing, and they have a relatively quick reload time. I just don't think 8 kilometers is far enough of torpedoes for me. I did run it, I did try some out. I just prefer the 12s. The 12 gives that little bit of a buffer there. You gotta think, a lot of cruisers at that high of tier are gonna be running sonar and radar, so that's gonna be kind of knocking you down. Any spotter plane, I mean, you gotta be within probably 7-some kilometers to get an effective torpedo hit on this. That's why I prefer the 12 kilometers. They're a good kind of in between. They're still fast. They do lots of damage. So if you end up hit 1-2 torpedo hits, I mean, almost 24,000 torpedoes. A torpedo hit, 24,000 damage at torpedo hit. That's a lot of damage to put into a cruiser, into a battleship, especially if you get flooding. It's a lot of damage. I prefer this. You could go kind of a more aggressive build, which I'll get to my captain with the accelerated torpedoes. That kind of drops it down to 9.6. Still, I think it's too close, so I recommend the 12s. You still could go 20s if you're not comfortable enough. 8s if you're a madman. I prefer the 12s. Now, these are a little different than kind of normal Shima. Main bat 1, that's kind of basic. You don't want to get detonated. You don't want to lose your guns. Main bat dispersion, gun fire control system 1 mod. Dispersion helps. You're going to be using your guns all the time. This is the thing that kind of is going to throw people off. You want that extra range anywhere you can get it. So gunfire control system mod 2. I know since you are a Shima, you want those faster torps. The main bat for shooting quicker. I still think you want the range because you want to be able to stealth fire. Propulsion, I think my argument is I always want to keep moving no matter what, even if it's a giant circle. So I take propulsion. Steering is what I go with, and then stealth concealment, so mod 1. That gets us down to about 5.9 kilometer detection, which is pretty damn good. I think it only gets beat out by like a Gyro, I think, or like really souped up low tier destroyers. We're sitting at 17,900 health. We still have the main batteries, which now shoots 13.7 kilometers, which is really good. We're shooting at about 7-second reload, so not too bad. Torpedoes, they're going to be spotted at 1.9 kilometers, so that's going to be probably a little bit more than that, closer to 3-something with vigilance on most ships, but it's not the 2.5 that the 20 kilometers are. Torpedo range at 12 kilometers. Everything else is relatively the same. It's the decent Shima with a captain though. This is what you kind of go with too. Relatively the same as you would with a normal Shima. Situation awareness, last stand. Please take last stand. I don't know how many destroyers I'm seeing without last stand. Please take last stand. Now this is one that's kind of up to what you want to do. If you find yourself getting knocked out by a lot of torpedoes, feel free to take vigilance. I prefer superintendent for the situation for just the extra smoke. You are going to be shooting all the time. With that, you are going to be detected more than not. So even though you can stealth fire at relatively close range, superintendent, I like the extra smoke. I like the extra sprint. Shima's very fast. Like I said, if you take the longer torpedoes at 20 kilometers and you want them to be faster, feel free to take torpedo acceleration. Like if you want to take the 12s and speed those up even more, and make them, what, 72 knots at 9.6 kilometers? Like I said, I think that's too close. I would rather take the extra smoke. In my opinion, between superintendent and torpedo acceleration, depending on what torps you go with. Now the fourth one, if it was a normal Shima a month ago, I would say take the health. Now I'm saying take AFT. You want to be able to shoot these guns, which are 127s. You want to be able to shoot them as far as you can. So take AFT, still helps, and concealment expert. So pretty basic. You just change up a couple little things, and it turns this thing into a monster. Let's kind of dive in. I'll put us against Yamato, and we'll see what kind of damage we can pump out. And here we are, guys. We set up a quick little training room against a bot Yamato, so he's not going to be rolling anywhere. But this is the awesomeness of the spec. Now, as you can see, I'm 9.8 kilometers away. Now you're like, oh gosh, I better not shoot. He's going to see me. Nope. In this spec, with the concealment of the Shima, now you need concealment expert. You need a 15-point captain. So just a disclaimer there. You need a 15-point captain to make this work. I don't know what the values are without it. It's going to be probably closer right to 20%. It's going to be pretty far, probably 12-something. Really close to the max range, but you need to make this effective, and most likely you'll have it anyway. You need a 15-point captain. So 9.8, that's the magic number. As you can see, 9.8, I am not detected. You won't be detected either. That is the magical number, as I'm just shooting AP right now. 9.8, you can stay away from anything. If you are at 9.8 from the target you are shooting at, and you're being spotted, that means obviously a destroyer or something is spotting you. So that's a great bit of knowledge. And then, of course, you have the ability to stealth torp, which you still have 15 torpedoes to send in. 10 kilometers away, sub 10 kilometers away, to be able to then stealth fire, force repair, and launch your torpedoes on a Yamato, that's pretty crazy. Let's switch over to HE, and this is where you do your damage. Shoot your guns as much as you can, pump out as much damage as you can. Like I said, I'm shooting against Yamato's superstructure, so they're doing 2k salvo. But burn things to the ground. HE is going to be your main weapon. Like I said, AP is the potential. There you go. First salvo, fire. And then you can send your torpedoes out. Remember, guys, 9.8 is the magic number. That's all you need to know. 2 fires and 2 salvos. You're going to be a battleship's nightmare, a cruiser's nightmare, because they aren't going to be able to see you. And you'll be just out of range, I think, for the USN's radar anyway. So, really, really neat build. A lot of fun to play. Another disclaimer, you will lose fights against USN and Russian destroyers. They just shoot too fast. They shoot too fast. Although you have higher alpha damage, they shoot almost 3 times as fast as you. So, don't be afraid to use your guns. Don't be afraid to engage a destroyer, especially if you're full life and they aren't. Because you can beat them, you know, dropping 2-3k a salvo on a destroyer is a lot. But full life gearing versus full life Shima, assuming the same skill level for each person, you are going to lose that fight. So, keep that in mind, but don't be afraid to engage though. Don't be afraid to shoot your guns. You have smoke, you have the extra one if you took superintendent, you have really good guns. Don't be afraid to shoot. This will put you out of your comfort zone a little bit, this build, but it's a fun one to play. Try it out. I know Shima's like not where it used to be right now, but try this out. Let me know how it is. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have tried it out, what you guys think. If you guys picked any other captain skills or modules or anything like that, what you guys find. But try this out, guys. Let me know. Have fun out there. AFT Shima build. Tons of fun to play. Murder them with torpedoes? Yeah, who knows. Shima all day. Launch them down, boys. Alright, guys. Good luck out there. This Yamato's gonna die. Peace, bros.